Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video about what I was doing yesterday, and I realized this video, sorry, I was like checking my hair. Look y'all, my hair, like this morning when I woke up, it looked amazing, and then I brushed it and I was like, now it's this. Like clearly a lot of my hair is dead and maybe that's why it falls out a lot, but like, I'm not gonna cut it because it falls out a lot, like, it's gonna get to the point where I'm like mostly bald. I can foresee that happening, which is unfortunate for me because I absolutely love my hair. I always have, and I haven't dyed it in a long time because I love my hair. Like I love the natural color of it. I love the way that it sits sometimes. Obviously not right now. It's looking very fried right now. But yeah, I don't like using heat on my hair. Like I maybe curl my hair once every 6 months. And when I go to curl it, it's like 3 strands. And then I brush that through because I don't like using heat on my hair. And I don't like blow dry my hair. I don't know. I do a lot to take care of it and it still falls out. But that's not the point of this video. Now that most of y'all are gone because I do tend to be boring as shit. Anyway, what I want to talk about is yesterday, sorry, it is hard to sit without looking like a fat lard because I've got tango bitty. This is what I talk about all the time. It's an issue. It's not the blessing that everybody thinks that it is, and I don't get why people pay money to have big titties, okay? I mean, I guess you pay money so that they don't sag. Do they still sag if they're fake? I don't know. Anyway, I will never need to know. We're good on my part. We are good. But anyway, that's enough about titties. Good lord. I am such a titty girl. And I'm straight. Fun fact. But anyway, so what I was doing yesterday was I was hanging out with my friend. And they live way out in the sticks. Wait a minute. Pause. When I say hanging out with a friend, I feel like it sounds so conspicuous, and maybe that's just me being paranoid, but yeah, no, it's actually my ex-boyfriend's voice in my head talking about like, you sound and look like a slut right now, because he's not a nice person, obviously, but neither am I, so, it is what it is. But anyway, so when I say that, I just want y'all to know that I mean like platonic, like I can't get into like situationships. I don't like hookups. There's so many things that I just do not support. If I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, then the goal is for it to last forever. Like, your girl is way too impatient in the dating process, in the dating world. Impatient in the sense of like, not in the sense of like, oh, I rush people to be serious with me, but in the sense of like, there's a lot that I just don't tolerate, kind of thing, that I just won't, and I just don't like about the dating world, especially in 2026. That's what I mean by that. I should have just said intolerant. But anyway, it's too late. I'm not editing this video, and you guys can enjoy me tripping over myself. I've tried to make several videos lately, and I just keep doing that. So we're gonna stick with it and get through this together. And if you don't end up watching, that's okay too. Still love the support for my page, so I appreciate you. Feel free to comment on what you did yesterday. But anyway, now we're back into it. What I did was I went to my friend's house, and they recently bought a house, and it has 9 acres. Okay, and it's kind of like the house itself is kind of shitty, but the rest of it, oh my gosh, dream house. And when I say dream house, I mostly think about the backyard. The only thing that like would really matter to me and that I feel like would be really special is if my kitchen had a window that overlooked the backyard and maybe some shutters or whatever. I've always like had that image in my mind that that's what my kitchen is gonna look like. But it's not like a deal breaker because this house, I'm telling you, the house itself, even though it's falling apart, is my dream house because like there's fruit trees, and then there's like rows and rows of blackberries and raspberries and blueberries that they're growing, and then there's like an open field, and then a pond. I'm like, this is the perfect, I can't imagine anything better, right? And that's a lot of space. I honestly, I don't think I would do a lot with that amount of space. It's just a lot of space. But like something, even on a smaller scale, right? The reason why I don't like having a lot of space is because it's a lot to maintain, and I'm only one person. I don't want to be so consumed by maintaining like my stuff and my property that I don't have time to enjoy it, you know? But something like that on just a much lesser scale, dream. My absolute dream. Like, that is my end goal. And being out there reminded me that I'm not a city girl at all. Sometimes I get so lost in the chaos and like the hustle and bustle of city life. You know, it's chaotic, it's fast paced, it's you're always doing something, and you have to even afford anything, like to survive, right? That's city life, you know. You're always on the go. You're always working. You're always like doing something, and the people around you, if they can capitalize off you in some way, or you know, I'm not saying all of them will, but like I've said this before. I feel like I just have so many less friends in the city, but the ones that I do find are higher quality. Kind of, because what I've recently learned is if they need to throw you under the bus, sometimes they still do, you know, whereas like, maybe this isn't true for everybody, but like back home, it's just like, if you're good friends with somebody, you're not going to throw them under the bus. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just, in my mind, friendship doesn't equal throwing people under the bus. It doesn't. In my mind, friendship, you know, is loyalty and just being there for one another and yada yada, whatever, right? Like, I don't know. Loyalty matters to me. It's obviously a different concept in friendship than it is like in relationships. Whatever. I digress. I have my own values. Everybody has their own values, and I get that that's totally okay and different. But anyway, but being out there and just watching the sunset and, you know, going by the pond and seeing all the fishes and seeing all this open space and the quiet and the peace and the whatever, and being with a good friend that I've known for years and years and years was so, I don't want to say it wrong, but it was such like a stopping moment for me. It was like, oh, wow, this is what I've been missing, right? Because for a long time, I just felt like this gaping hole, right? And that nothing can quite fill. And then I was out there, and I was like, here I am. I'm fulfilled. Like, I feel at home here. This is where I belong. Should be my goal. Everything else that I've been doing and prioritizing and whatever feels like it doesn't matter at all when I'm out there. Like, nothing else matters. It was just me, my good friend, and the open sky, right? And that's how I know that I'm just not cut out to be a city gal, you know. In the city, it's all work, and corporate bullshit, and you know, people being shitty to one another, but it's okay because it's just business. It's not personal, it's just business. But like, it is personal because we're all human beings, you know what I mean? So, and that's what I miss, is just being out somewhere close to the country. I miss going to friends' houses who live on a farm or live out in the sticks, or, you know, just that quiet and peaceful life. And when I did that, when I remembered, right? Because it's easy to forget. But when I remembered that that's who I am, right? Is somebody who thrives on that. I would much rather be out riding four-wheelers than at a club, you know. I would much rather be pulling weeds out of a garden than shopping. Like, so many, like, I would rather be outside, y'all. I would rather be somewhere quiet and peaceful. When I remember that, it just felt like all the pieces were connecting. Everything was clicking. Like, I finally made some kind of self-realization, some kind of progress. And like, okay, this is who I've been, but it's not who I am. You know? And I feel like that helped a lot. And I hope that I can continue going out there and getting my little breaks. Living in the cities, not for me. But unfortunately, at this point in my life, I justify it with it being mandatory. I don't have a lot of like close friends or family, and that's because I live in the city. So, no, it's not necessarily because I live in the city. It's because I just have a really hard time fitting in the city. I just have, like, I just do. I just don't get, like, all of the people who chat with me are like, let's go get drunk and do some drugs or whatever, right? And I'm like, why would I want to go to a bar, get drunk, do some drugs, and then drive my happy ass home? No, that doesn't sound fun to me. Why would I want to go to a bar, get drunk, and then be, you know, a problem all over the city square with like a bunch of people around? No, I'm not saying that getting drunk is bad. It's not my personal thing, but like I personally like don't drink. But if I were going to, I would much rather be way out in the sticks in a bonfire with people who genuinely give a shit that I'm not gonna like die or get raped or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would much rather be way out in the sticks at a bonfire getting drunk than getting drunk in a bar with people that I barely know who would probably leave me there to die should something happen. You know, like the city friends gotta look out for themselves, and that's kind of the city vibe. It's like every man for himself. It's a survivalist nature, you know, and I hate it. I hate that so much. But you know, it's I can't say that I haven't adopted it. So I am everything that I hate. Is what I realized that I have become, right? Bitter, mean, every man for himself mindset, like everything that I hate is exactly who I'm becoming. So it was nice to have that moment of self-realization, like, I gotta get back here. I gotta get back to nature. I gotta get back to peace. I gotta get back to myself. Because I'm losing it where I am. And I don't have to. You know, I can live in the city and still be myself. I just can't let go of what makes me me. And a big part of that was like, I don't know. I had different goals just a few months ago because I forgot what really makes me happy, you know? But anyway, I'm gonna go now. So I think that's all I gotta say. Just a bunch of rambling on and on.